gentlemen, it is Richard Holiday, and you are watching Chop City Wrestling.
Hey, this is the Master of the Worm, Scotty Huddy. We're here in Herman, Maine with Ryan at Chop City Wrestling. Keep watching because this guy is too cool.
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's two-time Hall of Famer Devon W. And I'm with my main man Ryan here, and we're raising money for Honest Cure. So you have to chop them in order to get that money in donation. And I'm not going to chop him, I'm going to take it. He's a man of his word. And right now, I just want you to know that you need to make sure that you can donate to Honest Cure. It's a great cause, and Devon said so. Because if not, I promise you, I'll put your ass through a table. Now, can you testify to that? Woo! Woo!
What is up, Chop City Wrestling? It's very early. It's very early for us Americans here, as Elimination Chamber is in Australia, in Perth tonight. It is 5 a.m. here in the United States. It's 5 p.m. there, so they're a full 12 hours ahead of us. So this is definitely an early one. But I wanted to get on here. I wanted to give you guys the best content possible by doing a live stream for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. It's definitely going to be a very interesting one, I do believe. We have Triple H saying that there will be some surprises today. I've heard a couple people may show up. I've heard The Rock will not be one of them, but who knows? Maybe they're trying to pull our leg. So yeah, if you are like me and you are up, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And yeah, I'm gonna try my best to make this as energetic as a show as possible, as fun as a show as possible. It like I said, it is 5 a.m. So bear with me, guys. I am just as tired as you are. I got in from work last night about midnight. Didn't fall asleep till about 12:30. Woke up 4 hours later to do this content for you guys. So, I got my energy drinks, got my breakfast, stuff like that. So, welcome if you guys are watching this live stream. And, this definitely should be a very interesting show. Once again, WWE is going out of the United States to put on one of their big pay-per-views. And, it's something that they've been doing a lot recently. They went to Puerto Rico, went to London or the UK. They went to now here. They go to Saudi Arabia, a couple times a year. So it's definitely something that they're trying to do more often to get, a more of a worldwide product. For the most part, I don't mind it. But this 5 a.m. start time definitely is going to kick our asses over here. But, I guess it's kind of what you guys are used to, when you guys watch them. So, we got it starting up now here, though, then, now, forever. If you do pop on, please do go ahead and, comment in the comment section. It makes these live streams just go a lot more better, a lot more fun when there's interaction between you guys and me as we're watching the show. That way, it's not just me talking about what I'm seeing on screen. You guys can see that just as easy as I can see that. So when there's interaction between all of us, it does make these things go a little bit better. I don't know what you're doing awake, but hi. All right, so they're showing all the females in the Elimination Chamber match. We got Logan Paul coming with his United States Championship. Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was a koala bear. That's why you gotta love Kevin Owens carrying around a fucking koala bear like a title. And this is a very big moment for Rhea Ripley and stuff of that nature. Um, from what I've heard, Rhea Ripley should main event the show tonight. And this is like their WrestleMania um, for them overseas. This is a big show for sure. So what about you guys? Are you guys like that they are doing bigger shows, stadium stuff of that nature for the smaller shows over out of the states? Who do you think is going to win the Elimination Chamber match today? We got two Elimination Chamber matches like normal. We got the women's and the men's. Taking a look, seeing if we can get the full card breakdown here. I agree. I'm not a fan of Nia Jax at all. I think she is one of the most generic uh, wrestlers. I don't think she is a good wrestler at all. I think she injures people a lot. I am just not a Nia Jax fan at all. As far as the men's Elimination Chamber, it's to determine the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship match against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I could see probably Drew McIntyre winning that match. That's kind of what they've been, teasing and stuff of that nature. Is Drew McIntyre is going to get a championship match at WrestleMania. A lot of these other ones are just going to kind of beat up on themselves. You get Kevin Owens, who's going to beat up on Logan Paul. LA Knight probably going to do the same thing. So it doesn't leave too many options for that match. I think Drew McIntyre is definitely your best chance in that one. As far as the women's, my guess is you're going to see Becky Lynch. They teased that match between her and Rhea at the WrestleMania press conference in Las Vegas. Um, there's no reason really to tease the match if you're not going to do it. Naomi just coming back. I don't think she's warranted a title yet. Same with Tiffany Stratton just coming up to um, the main roster. I don't think she's warranted a title yet as well. Um, so yeah, I think you're gonna see Becky Lynch win that match more than likely. I mean, I can see it. Liv's first run didn't do a whole lot for me. Raquel has always shown potential to be a good women's champion, and they have, uh, done the confrontations between her and Rhea before. So I could definitely see it, but more than likely, I believe that uh, Becky Lynch is going to win this match, and we are going to find out right now because it does look like we are starting with the women's Elimination Chamber match. We got Bianca Belair coming down to the ring now. Um, and like I said, guys, if you are watching this, please do like the stream. It helps with the algorithm, helps get us higher up in the searches and stuff of that nature. Make sure you share it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit the notification bell. That way you know when we do go live. I try to go as live as often as possible, as well as uh, posting videos and stuff of that nature. If you don't know about us, Chop City Wrestling, basically we are a YouTube channel that is all about trying to raise money for Connor's Cure. So what we do is whenever we meet wrestlers, me and my buddy Anthony, we take chops from professional wrestlers, and in return, we donate $20 to Connor's Cure for uh, pediatric cancer relief. So basically, we've been, uh, doing this for about 2 years now. And in those 2 years, we've donated well over $3,000, almost $4,000 to Connor's Cure. We've helped, raise money and stuff of that nature. So if you, are a fan of professional wrestling, we are a great channel for a great cause. Please do let people know about it, because as soon as this channel does get to monetization as well, 25% of all the proceeds that this channel makes through monetization will also go to that cause. So it gives us a big chance to raise a lot of money for a great cause. Why can't you watch it till Sunday? You mean the Elimination Chamber? We got Tiffany Stratton coming down now. Tiffany Stratton, they are definitely pushing very, very hard. She has the look, great in ring ability as well. Um, so she's definitely someone that they want to push. I think the way they kind of wanted to push Mandy Rose before all of that happened, um, with the you know OnlyFans and stuff of that nature. We got Liv Morgan coming out now. So looks like Liv Morgan maybe starting in one of the pods. So we're gonna have Becky and Naomi starting outside of the pods. It seems like, which is a good good two choices for starting outside of the pods. I think both women have shown the ability to um, go long periods of time in matches and stuff of that nature. Are we excited that Naomi's back? As far as um, she was in TNA for a while, had some success there, was their women's champion for a while, and then came back at the Royal Rumble. Personally, I've just never been a huge fan of Naomi. Very athletic in the ring, but just never has really done a whole lot for me in regard to you know her character and stuff of that nature. So I'm one of those hit or miss type of people there. uh it's good to see her back, but I could take it or leave it personally. See, I'm not a big Bianca fan either, honestly. I feel like her character is very stale at this point. um I feel like she desperately needs a heel turn, and they did tease it for a while when uh, the primetime players. Oh, no, sorry, not the primetime players. The Street Profits first joined up with Bobby Lashley. They teased it for a while that she was going to turn heel, be with Montez Ford, stuff of that nature, but it never seemed to happen. And I desperately think that she needs to turn heel. I just think her character has gotten very stale, and she puts on great matches. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that her character is there anymore. All right, so we got the first match here starting up. Becky and Naomi in the ring. Crowd sounds like it's pretty hot. They must be excited to have a big show like this in their country. Naomi definitely showed that she still had it at the Royal Rumble. She was, one of the final women in the match. She was there in the match for one of the longest run times. So she definitely showed that she still has the ability to go as an in-ring performer. Both women trading 1 counts here. Still way, way too early in the match. We're not going to see anything happen right here. 2 count into a bridge. Backslide by Becky. Multiple 1 counts. We normally see that with 2 counts, but now we are seeing it with 1 counts here. Of course, none of them worked. For those of you that are a fan of the channel, please, be on the lookout for some videos that I'm going to be posting in the next couple weeks. I do have Limitless Wrestling tonight, so there will be hopefully some chops from that, as well as some live content from that. I have GCW as well as JCW, the 9th and 10th in March, as well as I have Beyond Wrestling and ICW the second weekend in March. So there'll definitely be a lot of live content coming up for the channel. A lot of chops, hopefully. Unfortunately, what better time to announce than ever? I am going to have to scrap my WrestleMania plans. Life just has kind of gotten in the way. And unfortunately, I am going to have to move towards mid-March, which I'm excited about the move. I think it'll be good for me. But I just won't be able to swing, a week-long trip that close after moving. Unfortunately. So I am going to have to skip WrestleMania this year, sadly. But if at all possible, I'm definitely going to still be doing some watch-alongs during that time for the show, other independent shows, stuff of that nature, to give you guys content while I'm not able to be there. WrestleMania was a huge week for the channel last year, so, I'm very disappointed that I can't make it this year, but we'll make it up to you guys. We'll give you some great content still, and so continue to be on the lookout for all that content that's going to be coming up in the next month. Where I am going Uh, there's a lot of good independent shows there as well. So that'll be something new shows that I can bring to you guys. New rosters, stuff of that nature, new matchups. So I am excited about the move for sure. It'll definitely be good. Um, we got Naomi with an amazing split type of move off the side of the cage onto Becky. And that's one of the things, both women off the ropes, cross bodies. Looks like, 15 seconds to the next person comes out here. Good kind of rest spot in the meantime. And that's one of the things you do have with Naomi is just her great in-ring athleticism. She definitely is very athletic. Oh, okay. I see. You see they're pushing 2K24 here with the ratings as you next to their names, and we got Tiffany Stratton coming in here number 3. Using her gymnastic background there. We got like handsprings into the corner, double drop kick. Gets a 2 count on both competitors. They both kick out. And you can tell that's why WWE is very, very excited about the outlook of Tiffany Stratton, just her in-ring athletic ability, her gymnastic background. She has the look, she has the athleticism, she has the in-ring ability. We got a great spine buster there from her to Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch kicks out at the 2 count. She definitely checks all the boxes for a great WWE female wrestler, especially nowadays. I think this next year you're going to see her absolutely get pushed to the moon. I would not at all be shocked if by next year's WrestleMania you see her as one of the women's champions. And speaking of next year's WrestleMania, where do we think it's going to be? Normally, we get it announced by now. We still have not had an announcement of where next year's WrestleMania is going to be. Now we got Naomi running to each corner. We got the other women propped up in the corners, running back and forth with some forearms. Becky Lynch with a suplex to Naomi, followed up by a clothesline by Tiffany Stratton to Becky. 2 count. We going with the G Fuel, not a sponsor, but if you guys would love to be a sponsor for A's Rug, I know you are big into helping people out, big into helping companies out. So we got the G Fuel today for this early morning session. What is your guys' top energy drink if you're an energy drink person? Huge slap to Naomi from Tiffany Stratton. Oh, she's going to go for the double moonsault here. Oh, Becky breaks it up with a huge side Russian leg sweep off the top. Naomi does a split onto both of them, goes for the 3 count on both of them. Both kick out at 2. All right, we got another competitor coming out here. It will be a long day, that is for sure. I'm doing this, then I work at noontime till 5, and then pretty much straight to Limitless. So it will be a long day for sure, but all worth it for the content, for the channel. Um, it'll be a good day. We got Liv Morgan coming out number 4, and now she's just throwing around Tiffany Stratton like a rag doll. Throwing her into the chamber pods, back and forth, bouncing her head off of the elimination chamber pods. Showing that kind of aggressive side that we've seen come out of Liv Morgan in the past year or so, ever since her feud with Ronda Rousey. I wasn't a huge fan of her first title run, though, honestly. I was expecting big things when Liv Morgan what won the championship. I was actually there when she won the first championship at Money in the Bank, and it never became much. They never did a whole lot with the character and stuff of that nature. So I'm all for her getting another run as far as women's champion, but her first run just did nothing at all. Now we got Naomi climbing up the side of the chamber here. What are we going to see? Looks like we're going to see something. Climbing up the side of the cage. We got Tiffany Stratton down below her. We got Becky down below her. Oh, man. Tiffany Stratton is just getting fucking ragdolled in this match. Becky Lynch locking in the disarmor inside the chamber structure. And remember, we still got Naomi somewhere above them. Looks like Naomi is actually on top of the cage. All right, now we got Liv Morgan. Sunside flip powerbomb neckbreaker type thing. And after Naomi hitting that move on Liv Morgan, she gets rolled up and becomes the first one eliminated in the women's match. I gotta say, I was not expecting her being the first one eliminated in this match. She had the ability to go a long, long time, I felt. But she is the first one eliminated. All right, we got Raquel Rodriguez and Bianca Belair left. And Raquel is the one that comes out now. She's been going through some issues from what I've seen online with skin problems and stuff of that nature. So it's good to see her back. The pictures that I saw of it did not look fun at all. It looked very painful. So it's very good to see her back in the ring now. And you can kind of still see it a little bit. Her face is red and stuff of that nature. Catches Becky and now just slamming her into the side of the cage, bouncing her off the side of the cage. and then fall away slams her right back into the ring. What are we going to see here? We're going to see a powerbomb on the outside now to Tiffany Stratton. Oh. And again, just Tiffany Stratton taking the bulk of all these big spots into the cage. They definitely seem like they're kind of initiating the newbie into the WWE now. You want to be a star, you want to be the next big thing. Well, we're going to just beat the living daylights out of you in this match and kind of, give you your receipts. We got Liv and Raquel now. They were tag team partners for a while, still great friends, but at the end of the day, this is for a chance at the women's title. You got to put friendships aside. You got to put everything aside, and just every woman for themselves. So we do know Bianca Belair will be the last competitor into the ring. Liv and Becky and Tiffany Stratton are all ganging up on Raquel at this point. Double DDT to Raquel from Liv and Becky. All three women stack on top, and she kicks out of a pin from all three women at the 2 count. And that's a smart way to do it. It's, like I said, yes, it is every woman for themselves, but at the end of the day, you got someone as big as Raquel there, as strong as Raquel there, just like in a Royal Rumble. Sometimes you got to team up a little bit to take out the big threat. But that did not last very long at all, as you see the other three women kind of beating up on each other now. All 4 women are resting now, so it looks like we will have, 15 seconds. We have Bianca Belair coming in here. Looks like Bianca Belair's get up, maybe Leah Skywalker kind of referenced for those Star Wars fans. Looks like her, what was it, Return of the Jedi, I believe, with Jabba the Hutt. Oh, just holding Becky up in the air, doing high steps. We get the kip up from Bianca. I know I can't be the only one that, one time just wants to see someone yank Bianca Belair's ponytail right out. I can't be the only one. Bianca going for the KOD on Raquel. Can't get her up, though. Raquel gets tossed out to the outside and now just ragged on Bianca Belair. Picking up vertical suplex off the side of the cage. Oh, countered into a DDT on the outside of the ring onto what used to be that exposed kind of metal. If you remember those old school chambers, Man, those were brutal. These ones are still good, but you know you got the padding out there and stuff like that. They definitely have kind of tamed it up a little bit as far as the brutalness of the Elimination Chamber. It's not like those old days where you were falling straight onto the poles and the metal and stuff of that nature. Got Tiffany Strat. Oh, we got Liv Morgan on the top of the pod now. Raquel is kind of draped across the top. Now we got Tiffany Stratton and Becky both climbing up. Oh, a seated senton bomb off the top. We got Becky and Tiffany Stratton looking down, shocked. Both women now are on the top of the pod. Are we going to have a rock bottom off? Something's going to happen. Becky gets pushed down off. Is this where we're going to see that moonsault here off the top of the pod? The crowd wants it. This is Tiffany Stratton's moment. Something to do, something crazy, something huge that you would not expect at all. Oh, she's saying it's time. No. Not the moonsault, but definitely a very cool move off the top rope. Tiffany Stratton onto, looks like all three women onto the outside. All four women are on the outside now, down. Tiffany Stratton has gotten up and gotten into the ring. The other three women are still down on the outside, with just Tiffany Stratton standing. The crowd is chanting, "This is awesome." Now we're going to see that beautiful moonsault. Oh, they keep teasing it. They keep teasing it. If you have not seen a Tiffany Stratton moonsault, it is just a thing of absolute beauty. Wow. I was not expecting that. Liv Morgan eliminates Tiffany Stratton. I was not expecting that. Crowd does not sound happy. Sounds like they're chanting bullshit. Bianca Belair gets powerbombed into the ring from the outside. Chokeslam from Raquel to Liv Morgan. Raquel kind of showing her strength in this match. Now the disarmer gets locked in on Raquel from Becky. Is Raquel going to tap? She's saying no, she's not going to tap. And now using that strength again, but Becky locks it in deeper now into an armbar. Raquel once again using that strength, picking her up now, going into a slam kind of power bomb here. This could be good or bad. It could lock it in deeper. Oh, now Raquel has both Liv and Becky. A double power bomb. Bianca gets her up into the KOD. Finally uses the strength. Slams her down for the KOD. 1, 2, 3. And Raquel is eliminated by Bianca. So at this point, we now have Liv, Bianca, and Becky as the final 3. I gotta say, it's cool to see a full stadium show, so on and so forth. But I don't know, the draping on the outside of the ring, stuff like that. It seems very plain. Um, Obviously the crowd is very excited for this show, um, but the way that they did the ring and stuff like that, it seems very, very plain. Belair presses Becky Lynch on top of Liv Morgan. Standing moonsault both of them. 2 count. Now Belair locking in the KOD into Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch gets out of it though, gets speared into the cage. Code breaker by Liv Morgan. Goes for Hurricane Rana of sorts, but gets an Belair just throws Liv Morgan into the side of the cage. Step up into Gory. From Liv Morgan to Bianca Belair, all 3 women are on the outside. They've spent a lot of time on the outside this match. Seems like more than normal, honestly. Oh. And remember the days that you would see people go through those plexiglass? I think of Goldberg. I think of Big Show just punching through the pod. The old chamber matches, I definitely enjoyed a lot more, honestly. They just had a more brutalness to them than they do now. Double DDT from Becky Lynch on the outside to Morgan and Belair. Belair's rolled into the inside of the ring. Bianca and Becky are in the inside of the ring now. Bianca's got Becky in the corner, giving her those 10 punches. Now we have Liv Morgan coming for the corner powerbomb. Something's going to happen here. Powerbomb 1, 2. Kick out at 2 by Bianca. We got Becky climbing to the top rope. Missile drop kick off the top. Kick out at 2 from Liv Morgan. Looks like, oh no, it could just be makeup. It looked like Becky is kind of busted open in the corner of her eye, but I think it's just her makeup running a little bit. They show the sunset there in Australia. Our sun is going to be rising soon here. Does look like it's a pretty full crowd there. Superplex from Liv to Becky. Bianca goes for the 450, but Becky is able to get her knees up just as it's about to hit. It's a move we don't see very often from Bianca. She pulled it off. Yeah, see that's what I mean there. Like that, just the gray on top of everything. Um, it seems too plain of a setup for a huge stadium show. You know, some maybe they can improve on in the future if they do go ahead and do another one of these Australia shows. Liv Morgan counters the KOD into the code breaker. Becky Lynch goes for the pump handle slam, or basically the rock bottom, and that gets countered into a code breaker as well. Bianca picks up Becky into the KOD. Sloppily, Becky gets out, and Bianca gets rolled up into the 3 count. The manhandle slam into the 3 count, and Becky is your winner. Very much what we expected there. They had already teased the Becky Rhea match, like I said, at the Las Vegas press conference. You basically had said that the match was happening without saying that the match was happening. So, they gave up this match, 3 weeks ago, that this is what was going to happen. The ending of this match, kind of sloppy, honestly. All women kind of exchanging reversals from finishers, so on and so forth. But just the way that it was done was pretty sloppy, I thought. All in all, it was this was a solid match for sure. We definitely had some good moments in the match. But, this match was expected what was going to happen here. We knew that Becky was going to win this match. She's going to challenge Rhea at WrestleMania. And that'll be a good match, I think. In my opinion, last year, Charlotte versus Rhea was maybe the match of WrestleMania. So, I definitely think that Becky versus Rhea has the potential to be a show stealing type match. I think we'll still see Rhea retain. I just think that I say Becky Rhea. I'm sorry. I guess technically Rhea does have a championship match tonight or today against Nia Jax. No one expects her to lose to Nia Jax. So, Rhea versus Becky at WrestleMania. I just think that Rhea's on the the uptick here, and I don't think we're gonna have her lose to Becky Lynch. When Becky's had her runs before and stuff of that nature, I think this is the time for Rhea. So we do have WWE World happening this year at WrestleMania. It's kind of like WrestleMania Access again, if you've ever been to that. So, it is kind of cool that they are bringing something of that sort back. for sure. Not quite like Access, it doesn't seem, but um, they're trying to get as close to that as possible again. If you've never been to an Access, it's basically just a big kind of meet and greet type thing. You get to meet different superstars. There's um, memorabilia and stuff of that nature from other WrestleManias. So it's definitely a cool thing to go to. Uh, the one downfall I had with it when I went to a couple was just the lines were way too long. So you'd stand in line for an hour and a half to meet the authors of pain. So you'd pay $40-$50 to get to meet these people, and you'd maybe get to meet 2 or 3 wrestlers. Still cool, but if you're talking about the big name people, you're lucky if you get to meet them. My uncle stood in line for 2 hours to meet Oscar and didn't even make it halfway through the line. And they do, if it's anything like the past years, they will change wrestlers out every 2 hours. So make sure that's something that you keep in mind as you're standing in line for some of these wrestlers. I personally had it happen to me where I was in line to meet Alexa Bliss, right? And I was the next person to meet her, right? So I'm standing right there to meet her, and they switched her out right as I was about to meet her. So I stood in line for an hour to get to meet her, only to get her switched out to Tyler Breeze. Which, don't get me wrong, Tyler was a great dude, and it was still cool to meet him, but that definitely can be a disappointment sometimes. I told him when I got up there, I said, Tyler, I gotta tell you, man, you are not the beautiful blonde I stood in line for an hour to meet, and he fully he fully understood. So just be aware as you're doing those things. That type of stuff can happen. For the people that are in the chat, thank you for being part of this live stream so far. What did we think about the first match? If you are in the live stream, please go ahead and put comments and stuff of that nature in the chat. Your thoughts, so on and so forth. Just because it makes these live streams go a lot better if I'm interacting with you guys, answering some of your questions, and kind of going off of what you guys are saying as well, instead of just me rambling on for 4 hours. I can certainly do that, but it makes it go a little bit better if you guys are interacting with me as the show's going on. So we're waiting for the rest of the show to go on. I'll go ahead and kind of show you a little bit about what Chop City Wrestling does. Let's see here.
We at now?
Yeah.
All right. So Mandy Club, we are at PWI. I got Blake Christensen here. He's running the indies at this point, doing every show possible. He's going to go ahead and chop me for $20. I'm going to donate, and let's get it done.
Right, whoa. Okay. Sick.
So, just a little glimpse. Let's see here.
Wayne here about to chop my boy Ryan for Connor's Cure.
And we do it via chat. We don't mess around.
All right, this is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is cool, legit.
So, there we had Blake Christian and Nick Wayne chop me. Just some of the many chops that myself, as well as my buddy Anthony, have uh, taken these last couple years since doing this. For every chop that we take, we donate $20 to Connor's Cure. Between the two of us, over $4,000 has been raised in the past 2 years. For a absolutely amazing cause. Looks like we got the tag team match here. We got the New Catch Republic, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. We have seen these two men have multiple good matches in the past against each other, so it'll be interesting to see, how they work as a tag team. Oh, that was nothing. Yeah, that was. I mean, he has a good job, but I've taken harder for sure. Honestly, at this point, you don't really feel them. It's a momentary thing. Really quickly, it stings a little bit, and then goes away. I've taken so many at this point that there is very few. I'm not saying that there's none, but there is very few that actually hurt. There's been some for sure, but at this point, taking so many, I just kind of get accustomed to them that they don't have that same effect as when I first started taking them. I mean, there's been times where in the course of a night, 3-4 hours, I've taken 8, 9, 10 different jobs. By the end of it, I'm bleeding and stuff of that. So it definitely can happen. We got the Judgment Day coming down now. I think I'd be surprised if the Judgment Day lose this match. With Rhea being part of the Judgment Day, I think they want to make this kind of pay-per-view all about the Judgment Day, all about Rhea and stuff of that nature. So I'd be very surprised if the Judgment Day loses this match. Speaking of ones that hurt.
Dumb and broke here, and I'm gonna be young, dumb, and broke after this weekend. Already 4 chops, $20 a piece, $80 total. We hoping for a lot this weekend. I was hoping I said no, so we didn't have to donate more money. But no, it all goes to a good cause. Connor's Cure, Mania Club. Let's get it. I have one of the best chops in all of independent wrestling.
As you can see there, I was not expecting that one from Jordan Oliver. Small guy. You warned me beforehand. One of the best shops in independent wrestling, and I was not at all expecting that. But let me tell you, that guy has a chop. Sorry, I only take them from wrestlers. That's the rule. Wrestlers and I've had an announcer chop me once as well. Larry Legend from uh, ICW. Now he's in XPW. I had him chop me once as well. But besides that, generally only wrestlers. I've had other people ask if they could chop me. But that's the rule I made. I'm sure you'll see me get some tonight, though. Generally, I try to get at least one at every show that I go to. The crowd going crazy on the Judgment Day, booing him out of the building. And the match is underway now. Not quite sure what the ref was looking at there on Finn Balor. He already has. Yeah, he did it to me. And then, funny story actually, at a Limitless show, I had a guy not come up to me, but I'm talking to him throughout the matches, stuff like that, telling him about what I do, and he goes, "Yeah, I want to do that too." And I was like, "All right, yeah, no, absolutely, I can certainly introduce you to some people, and we'll get you chopped, but the only rule is you have to donate afterwards. That's how this works. You get chopped and then you donate $20." And he was 100% for it. The videos on the channel, and so I brought him to Rip as his first chop because I knew Rip was going to give it to him. He wasn't going to go easy, and I wanted to see if this kid was legit. And so I brought him to Rip. Rip chops him. And right afterwards, the kid goes, "I'm done." Nice enough, though, that he actually gave a lot more than he had to. And that's, why I say a lot of these times it's not just me donating money. I've had wrestlers reach into their own pockets and donate money. I've had other fans reach into their pockets and donate all their own money. This guy, even though he only got chopped once, so technically he only had to donate $20. He handed me $100 bill and said, make sure this gets towards the cause. So shout out to him. The video is on the channel, so definitely go ahead and watch his video as well as my video of getting chopped by Rip. But great guy. And yeah, he got chopped once. He did not seem to enjoy it. And he did not want to get chopped again after that. We got Finn and Tyler Bate in the ring now. Yeah, I've been shocked by, I'd say, probably at least half the Limitless roster at this point. Um, that's kind of the thing with, going to these events now. Now that I've gone to so many, I'm running out of people. She hasn't yet. Last Limitless show was the first time that I had seen her at a show. And I don't believe she came out for meet and greets. So I did not get a chance to get her. Last show I got Desmond Cole as well as the guy that came out with Ava Everett. I got both of them. And those were really the only ones that I hadn't got that were doing meeting rates last show, because I didn't feel like dying and getting one from Hammerstone. Plus, I think he would have said no. That is something that I ran into with some of the bigger wrestlers. They just don't feel comfortable doing it, which I understand. They don't really know me from a hole in the wall, so uh, I feel like he would have said no, even if I did ask. The crowd chanting "Fuck you" to Dirty Dom. Double team leg drop onto Tyler Bate. Pete Dunne breaks it up at 2. And then Pete Dunne gets tossed back to the outside of the ring. I mean, I'm definitely open to getting it from pretty much whoever. If they do meet and greets, I'm certainly willing to ask. I've been told no before by some wrestlers. But I'll absolutely ask. Finn Balor's back is just red already. Good chop from Finn Balor to Tyler Bate. Jumping uppercut from the second rope, Tyler Bate to Finn Balor. Pete Dunne's begging to get tagged in. And he gets tagged in. Step up Insecurity to Finn Balor. Step up Insecurity to Damian Priest. Another one to Finn Balor. Man, look at the back of Finn. I don't know what happened there, but that back looks like he took a kendo stick, but he hasn't. Man, I am happy to see that Pete Dunne is back as Pete Dunne and no longer the, what was it, Butch? That was just a terrible name for him, a terrible gimmick for him. So it's good to see him back as the Bruiserweight. He had some of the best matches on NXT, and then they kind of changed his gimmick all up, and so it's good to see him back as his regular gimmick. Great double team move. Kick out at 2.5 by Finn Balor. And now we got Tyler Bate back in the ring with him. Dom is looking kind of concerned on the outside, scared. Are we gonna start to see the downfall of the Judgment Day? It's definitely been teased for a while. Will Damian Priest turn on Finn Balor? Will he turn on the Judgment Day? Will the Judgment Day turn on him? He does still have that Money in the bank briefcase that we have not seen him cash in yet. Big questions about when he will actually cash it in. Two count to Tyler Bate with the kick out. It is interesting that, after such a long time of, having titles be changed so often, uh, not having really a dominant force per se in the WWE, that if you look at their titles now, you have Rhea, who's had her title for over 300 days. You have Gunther, who has had his title for over 600 days. You have Roman Reigns, who's had his titles for over 1,000 days. You have the Judgment Day that's kind of been running ramshot, as well as the Bloodline for a long time now. So it's very interesting that they've kind of gone to this route now of having a couple people or a couple factions just kind of being at the top of the line, and having the rest of them kind of chase it. Kind of like the old school wrestling days where you had Bruno Sammartino hold the title for years. You had, Hulk Hogan hold it for years. Tyler Bate giving a long helicopter to Damian Priest. He's gonna be dizzy as fuck. One, two. Oh, Damien. Dominic puts out Finn Balor's leg to the outside of the rope. Tyler Bate is trying to point out that he pulled it out the leg. And the ref throws him out. Get out of here. The ref has kicked out Dirty Dom. Did anyone else's screen go black? Okay, it's back now. My screen went black there. I don't know if it was just mine or I can still hear the fans, but there was no camera for about 30 seconds. Missile dropkick into the corner. Finn Balor to Pete Dunne. Finn Balor goes for the coup de grace. Pete Dunne misses, and now we're some. Oh, he snaps the fingers. One, two. Oh, and Priest just breaks it up as the ref was about to hit the 3 count. Every time they get close, the Judgment Day has just been able to somehow break up the pinfall. Stomped Damian Priest. Finn Balor 2 count on Tyler Bate. Finn Balor saying it's over. It's time. He tags in Damian Priest, bringing in the big man. Going for the Razor's Edge. We got the roll up on Damian Priest. 1, 2. Kick out at 2.5. Tags in Pete Dunne. Double stomped. And now getting multiple kicks to Damian Priest. Good reversals out of the choke slam. And a kick out by Priest once again, right as those fingers were about to touch. That close to having new champions after a double team kind of kiss of death type thing. Every move, everything that Butch and Dunn have been able to do so far, they just have not been able to get the win. What are they going to have to do? They must be thinking to themselves right now, what are we going to have to do in order to get this win? We've done everything. Double choke slam off the top. We got Finn Balor running to the corner. Coup de grace on to Dunn. 1, 2, 3, and the Judgment Day retains. At the end of the day, Butch and Pete Dunne, or not Butch anymore. I was just saying that. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne just were not able to get it done. Every move that they threw at the Judgment Day, it just was not enough. And Finn Balor ends up getting the 3 count after the coup de grace. and a double choke slam from Damian Priest. So once again, we have your winners, the Judgment Day. Kind of what I expected once again. Um, I didn't see them losing this match. Like I said, they've kind of been running things the Judgment Day. And then, I fully expect Rhea to win her match. I didn't think you had them lose uh, this match. So it's very interesting to see what they are going to do in regard to this Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, The Rock kind of storyline. If you watch that trailer there, it looks like they're sort of teasing maybe a tag team match. And I have heard the potential that night one we are going to see that tag team match at WrestleMania. And then night two, we have Cody versus Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins versus whoever wins the match tonight. I don't know if that's actually going to happen because I don't know how likely it is to have all those people fight twice in a weekend. We know that Roman doesn't really like to wrestle at all. Never mind twice. We know that Seth Rollins is coming off of an injury, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. We did just have a preview for WWE Rivals starting tomorrow on A&E. Great documentary series. If you have not watched it before, definitely worth a watch. Be interesting if they do another show here in Perth. I did hear that uh, they did have some issues getting the chamber to there. Evidently, from what I heard, pirates took the first cage, and they had to find another way to get the cage there because they couldn't do it by sea. Evidently, Jack Sparrow wanted the cage. Um, but it seems like a nice venue. Uh, they definitely they have to do a little more with the background, I think, next time if they do it again. But definitely a good first time at this venue. For those of you that are on, once again, thank you for watching. If you are on, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when we are live or when we do post something. As far as these shirts, Chop City Wrestling shirts, if you are interested in one, send me a message and I can certainly get one ordered for you. They're not cheap, I will be honest. Right now, we're not buying them in bulk. They do run about $40. But it's just the only site that I've been able to find so far that does a good job, and I haven't had any issues with. I am trying to find a cheaper alternative to getting them done, but so far this is the only one that I've really found that's been able to do a good job. And when I don't buy them in bulk, they're just kind of expensive at this point. But even at that $40, I'm not making any money off of it at all, honestly, which I am perfectly fine with. But I just want to be upfront that it's not like I'm, only paying $20 and taking $20 or something like that. The $40, I'm not making a dime on it. The only thing I do ask, if you wear them, obviously let people know about the cause when you're wearing them. And yeah, basically that's that. We will hopefully be having some new designs soon. I have someone working on a couple new designs. So we should hopefully have those soon. But for those that are interested, definitely reach out and we can work something out. So now that we're on commercial here, waiting for the next match, let's see what we got here.
Bad boy.
He says he's on play from last week.
No, that's from tonight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm chopping ham for a cause.
Connor's cure, pediatric cancer, $20 a week donated. We were supposed to do it in Vegas, but shit happened. And
We're here now.
we're here now. We're gonna do it.
Joey Janela, the bad boy. So the story behind that one, I had initially met him in Vegas, as mentioned in that video, at a Violence X Suffering show. And me and my buddy Anthony, we had asked if he would chop us. He said, yeah, come see me after the show. Absolutely, I'll do it. And last match of the show was a death match. And Drew Parker, who was in the match, got so badly injured that they had to stop the match, and ambulance had to be called in. And so obviously, he wasn't able to do it at that match. And I saw him in Atlantic City maybe like a month later, and he remembered me and everything. Said, "Hey, wasn't I supposed to chop you in Vegas?" So he remembered that he was supposed to chop us, and was more than willing to give me the chop. And as he pointed out, that was one of those nights that I was bleeding already because I had taken probably 7 or 8 chops that night already. But good guy, definitely. Yeah, you don't expect wrestlers to necessarily remember you, especially that early on in the channel. That was very, very early on in the channel. At this point, now whenever we go to shows, I have some wrestlers that, know exactly who I am, ask me how I'm doing, stuff of that nature. So it definitely has gotten a lot bigger since we first started the channel, and that's one of the cool things about the channel. One of the things that I love is just getting to have interactions with these wrestlers that you just never would expect to have. Um, I have many wrestlers in GCW and stuff of that nature that every single time I see them, they're asking me how I'm doing. So it's definitely a cool thing. Um, but yeah, Joey Janela, very very nice guy. We got the Grayson Waller effect here now. We got Austin Theory in the ring, Grayson Waller coming down to the ring. Yeah, so I mean, I can always order one. If you wanna, if you have the money when you see me tonight, I can certainly get one ordered for you. I would just need your address. Um, if not, we can figure out a time to get one ordered. Uh, or if you want to wait for the new design, stuff of that nature. Um, even though I don't have them in stock right now, I very rarely order them and have them in stock. Honestly, I more so order them to order now, uh, just because I don't really want them sitting around. Don't know people's sizes, stuff of that nature. And I have the couple that I wear myself already, so. But yeah, just let me know and we can figure something out. Grayson Waller doing a shoey, which, if you don't know, that is a big thing in Australia where you drink a beer out of a shoe. Wow, the crowd sounds pretty hot right now. So we should have Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes as the guests for the Grayson Waller show here. Um, maybe shed a little bit of light about what's going to happen at WrestleMania. Oh boy, it's clean and new. The shirts? Oh, I was like, what? No, I pull one out from my dirty laundry. I charge extra for that though. Um, I don't know if the shoe is new and clean. I don't know. Seems like a waste of a shoe if it is. I gotta say, I don't know if you guys saw the clip of Austin Theory uh, at a press conference recently or a media thing, but he definitely earned some respect with me. The media guy was talking about how wrestling is fake, and Austin Theory took huge offense to that, and basically said, "Why the fuck are you?" bringing me onto your show just to call what I do fake, and kind of talk some shit to him. And so I definitely I have to respect Austin Theory a little bit more after that. I can tell you right now. Yes, wrestling is scripted. Yes, some of what they do is fake, but it definitely is not all. As someone that is a big fan of the deathmatch scene, those are real cheers. Those are real light tubes. Those are real barbed wire. Um, those chops are real. Uh, so, yes, part of what they do is fake. It's scripted. Um, but there's definitely a lot of what these wrestlers do that it is not. All right, we got Cody Rhodes coming down to the ring now. The 2024 Royal Rumble winner. He is called out Roman Reigns. He has said that he is going to face Roman Reigns, the main event of WrestleMania in Philadelphia. Will he get to finish his story finally? Cody Rhodes doing his presidential thing, signing the autographs, kissing the babies, shaking the hands. Let's see what's going to happen here. I assume we'll have some talk of WrestleMania. What do you guys want to see at WrestleMania? Would you have preferred to see Rock versus Roman? Do you want to see a tag match night one and then the main match is night two? Um, what exactly are we hoping for here? Now, another question: what the fuck is Seth Rollins wearing on his head or on his eyes? Whoa! I don't know if it's gonna happen. Honestly, um, part of me thinks that we're gonna see Roman retain. I don't know though. I could be wrong, but part of me thinks we're gonna see Roman retain. Seth Rollins teasing a secret here. And he announces that he's days away from being medically cleared to compete. Ooh. So Seth Rollins announces that in a couple days he will be medically cleared to wrestle at presumably WrestleMania and before then as well. Um, so I very well think we could see Rollins wrestle on both nights. He's proven that he can wrestle multiple times in one night. Uh, can we convince Roman to do it though? I guess is the question. Crowd chanting Rocky sucks. The Cody crybabies. I don't know if that's something to cheer about, honestly, getting called a crybaby, but they seem to like it. I mean, it wouldn't be my top nickname, but you guys do you. Cody kind of talking crap about The Rock right now. Cody Rhodes says that he wants to wrestle The Rock one-on-one anytime, any place. Seth Rollins stands up behind him. Is this when we're going to see the kind of tag team match here? Tag team announcement? And Seth Rollins says that he is going to have Cody's back. Austin Theory pulls out the mic. Austin Theory giving the classic "it doesn't matter" line. Cody with the cutter to Austin Theory. Followed by the curb stomp to Austin Theory. So, we do have somewhat of an announcement there. We have Cody and Seth Rollins basically saying, hey, when the time comes to, fight The Rock, I'm going to have your back. So does that mean we're going to see that tag team match that we've talked about at WrestleMania, potentially night one? Are we going to see it another night or at another show, maybe SummerSlam, maybe a Survivor Series, something of that nature? I think it all depends. The thing is, I guess we could still have The Rock in, say, Solo face Cody and Seth Rollins night one if we really wanted to. There's nothing saying that it has to be The Rock and Roman. That's certainly what they've teased, but there's nothing saying that it has to be them if they can't convince Roman to fight 2 nights, or if he doesn't think physically that he can do it. I personally think we're gonna see. This is my opinion here. I think we're not gonna see Rock at WrestleMania wrestle. I think we're gonna see him interfere in the Cody versus Roman match. Roman's gonna win. And then it's gonna build up more and more and more and more. Now you have The Rock as this mega heel, right? You have the chance of the crowd, die, Rocky, die, like back in the day. And then at SummerSlam, we're gonna see that tag team match. We're gonna see Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth Rollins. And then maybe come Survivor Series or Royal Rumble, we'll see Cody finally beat Roman Reigns. I think that's personally what's going to happen. That allows WWE a couple things, right? It allows to continue to build on this storyline that they've been playing this entire time. Rock's been saying that he likes long-term story building. I don't think he would, think of a month and a half as long-term story building. I think that allows you to continue to build that story long-term. It allows you to build Rock up as that mega heel that is going to get booed out of the building, and it allows Roman to beat Hulk Hogan's record, which a lot of people have said that WWE wants to happen. A lot of people have speculated that they want that to happen. So I think more and more I think about it, that yes, Cody eventually is going to finish his story, just not at WrestleMania. And I don't think we are going to get Rock fighting at WrestleMania. I think it will happen, yes. It will happen at SummerSlam, though. It will not happen at WrestleMania. That's my opinion. All right, now we got the men's elimination chamber match here, which is Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul. I think, like I said before, in my opinion, this is definitely Drew McIntyre's match to lose. I think that's the storyline that they've been building to, with him facing Seth Rollins, and potentially being the one to dethrone Seth Rollins. So I think he is going to be the one that wins this match.
Ready. Anthony, God bless you.
Oh shit! Oh my God! The countdown! No!
Oh, God.
So that is my buddy Anthony, my brother from another mother, and that was one of the first chops we ever took. Well, he ever took, and he donated $400 in order to be able to get that chop. The entire tailgate, he wanted Shane Taylor to chop him. He kept saying, "No, man, I'm not gonna do that." And finally, right before the tailgate ended, he offered $400 donated to Connor's Cure if Shane Taylor chopped him. And yeah, he was feeling that one for a while afterwards. If Shane Taylor had committed a crime, the cops would have been able to find his fingerprints on that man's body.
This is for Mania Club, and we're doing this for charity. Chops is free, and sometimes for charity.
Masha Slamovich, uh, very nice. And funny story about her. So she chopped me in Atlantic City, and the next week, oh man, Maine and the Limitless show getting chopped, and she looked at me and she was like, "Man, you get everywhere, don't you?" And I was like, I live in Maine, but yeah, I definitely I do get around as much as I can. Um, like I said, Limitless tonight in Maine. In 2 weeks, I will be at uh, in Atlantic City at GCW for 2 shows and JCW for 1 show. Weekend after in Boston for 2 shows. Beyond Wrestling as well as ICW. And I'm gonna try my best to get to the Beyond Wrestling show on the 8th as well of March. It all depends if they have a bag check at the place that the show is, because I'd be going there straight from the bus. So if they do, I'll be doing that show as well. Um, so yeah, definitely, make sure to be on the lookout, guys, for all those videos on the YouTube page over the next couple weeks. We'll have chops, we'll have live wrestling content, like always. So definitely be on the lookout for those videos over the next couple weeks as we try to get towards monetization. Right now, we're at pretty close to 2,000 watch hours. We do need 4,000 in order to get to monetization. Or once we get to 3,000, then we can start um, getting like super chats and stuff like that when we do these live streams, which will allow us to make a little bit of money. So please continue to watch those videos. One thing I always say is, these live streams definitely help, because if you watch the whole thing, say for instance this is probably 3.5 hours of you watching right here, so it definitely helps. But even if you just have the videos playing in like the background or something like that as you sleep, as you're getting ready in the morning, just load up Chop City Wrestling, go to the live playlist, hit play all, and just let them play. If you do that at night, like when you're sleeping, just have your computer playing in the background or something like that. That's going to help us greatly. Maybe not do it every day, but do it a couple times a week. And you do that a couple times a week. That's probably what, 24 hours a week. That's 100 hours right there. A month just from you. So we have a couple people do that will easily get those watch hours. We need to average about 3,600 watch hours. Sorry, 360 watch hours a month in order to get it over the year. So it's definitely doable. Uh, this past month we had 500 watch hours, so it's definitely doable. Um, so just continue to watch those videos, continue to like the videos, and let people know all about the channel. We've seen tremendous growth over the past year from the channel. Uh, just last year, I think I was at WrestleMania weekend, maybe 250, 300 subscribers, something like that. Um, and now we're at almost 1,200 subscribers. So we have seen tremendous growth on the channel in this past year. And I can't thank you guys enough for that. We just recently, just a couple weeks ago, went over, it hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, which is a huge mark for a new channel. And in the month afterwards, not even a month afterwards, we've gone up like another 150 subscribers. So thank you for all that. And thank you for letting your friends know about the channel. If you see me out in shows and stuff like that, saying hi. I love meeting people that have seen the shows and stuff of that nature. We got Bobby Lashley and Kevin Owens going into the pods now. Two of my favorite wrestlers of all time right there. I'd say Kevin Owens probably is maybe my favorite ever. Bobby Lashley definitely was at one point. Kevin Owens is one of the funniest wrestlers I've ever met, too. I met him when they were doing the first KO Mania, and for whatever reason, that first KO Mania t-shirt was only online exclusive. You could not buy it at the WrestleMania store. And I asked him, I said, man, this is KO Mania. How's your shirt not going to be selling in the store? And right on the spot, right on point, out of nowhere, not prompted at all or anything, he goes on a minute and a half promo about how the WWE knows that if his t-shirt was in the store, it would be the only one that would sell. So it's a complete conspiracy theory that they, don't want people celebrating KO Mania. So they're just making it online exclusive. And hilarious guy, great guy. We got Logan Paul coming out now. They said Logan Paul's never been in a chamber. I could have sworn he was in the chamber match last year. Or am I thinking of Money in the Bank? I could be thinking of Money in the Bank. Kevin Owens and Logan Paul not happy with each other at all. We saw at the last pay-per-view, the Royal Rumble. Logan Paul used some tricks. Got brass knuckles slid into the ring. Kevin Owens ended up using them. The ref caught it and disqualified Kevin Owens, making it that way he could not win the United States title. So we definitely have some bad blood there between those two. I'm sure Kevin Owens cannot wait to get his hands on Logan Paul to beat the ever-living shit out of him. Randy Orton, another one of my favorites of all time, was actually one of the reasons that I got back into wrestling. When I was probably 17, 18, somewhere around there. Maybe a little younger, 15 or 16. But there was actually a point that I was completely banned from wrestling. I wasn't allowed to watch it or anything. And I started sneaking in. Randy Orton was one of the first wrestlers that I saw when I got back into watching it. He was in that rivalry with The Undertaker. And just great storytelling, great character work back then as a legend killer. I gotta say, Logan Paul is just like the perfect fucking heel. He just knows how to make people pissed off and hate him. And his in-ring ability for someone that, should not be good at wrestling, it's amazing. Got Drew McIntyre coming out now. So it looks like we will have Drew McIntyre as well as LA Knight starting off this match. Man, what a downfall when it comes to LA Knight. He was so over, and he still is so over, but they just never did anything with it. Never really gave him a title run at all, even a lower end title. Um, I've heard rumors that maybe his age had something to do with it, that they were just too worried that he was a little too old to really be making a run of anything. But hey, Knight, yeah. So who do we want to see winning this men's match? Like I said, I fully believe that Drew McIntyre is gonna win this match. If I had to choose who I want, I'd probably say Kevin Owens. Um, but I just don't see him winning this match. I fully think that Drew McIntyre is going to be the winner. That's what they've been teasing for a while now. Um, Ever since pretty much like the Royal Rumble-ish time. And we've started to see a more heel side of Drew McIntyre, which I definitely enjoy. Um, we haven't seen that in a while, and he definitely has shown a side of himself that it's different. All right, we got Drew McIntyre, LA Knight starting out the match. Chops from Drew McIntyre. This one doesn't do quite as much. Kind of like a cotton candy flavor. Brutal chop by Drew McIntyre. Some of the best chops in wrestling right now, in my opinion. Mocking CM Punk. We've seen this a lot since Royal Rumble. Kind of a sunset flip into a code breaker from LA Knight to Drew McIntyre. Knight propelling himself over the top rope into Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre gets into the cage, gets tossed into the cage now. We got those chain ropes similar to ICW. No holds barred. Just slamming Drew McIntyre's head into Logan Paul's capsule. Logan Paul just laughing. Some technical errors again. Or without sound for a little bit there. About 25-30 seconds as well. Now Kevin Owens throwing forearms as LA Knight is hitting Drew McIntyre's head into the pod. McIntyre going from pod to pod, just getting his head slammed into it one after the other. Crowd chanting for one more time. Will they get it? They do. Well, evidently Slim Jim is the sponsor of this match. Now look at those ratings there. We got Logan Paul at a 90. But Randy Orton at a 91. That is just disrespectful. How does Logan Paul get a fucking 90 rating in a video game? Who is he paying off? Kevin Owens is an 86 and Logan Paul is a fucking 90. Are you kidding me? Choke slam from Kevin Owens to LA Knight with a senton. Kevin Owens was the third person into this match. We got Drew McIntyre has Kevin Owens on the top rope. Climbs up to the top rope. Looks like we're going to get a superplex of sorts here. Countered. Back up for another superplex. Countered again by Kevin Owens. Huge frog splash to Drew McIntyre. 1, 2, kick out at 2. Oh, cold breaker into a senton Kevin Owens. Amazing move there. Tries to cover both men. Both men kick out at 2. taunting Randy Orton in the corner. Everyone seems to be doing that this match. Kind of taunting Orton. It's not a guy you want to be taunting. Kevin Owens climbing up to the top rope with Drew McIntyre. Now LA Knight climbing up to the top rope with Drew McIntyre. We finally gonna get to see that superplex? No. Oh, maybe they're both gonna do it. Five, four, three, two, one. Who's coming in number 4 here? We got Bobby Lashley. So far, no eliminations in this match. Bobby Lashley has Drew McIntyre against top rope or corner rope. And the crowd is chanting what sounds like "fuck you, Lashley." I'm not quite sure I understand that chant, but so far I think the women's chamber match has been better, honestly. Suplex onto the outside. See, that would have been a lot more brutal in those old cages. You remember those old elimination cages where they would hit that outside of the ring and just noise would be made, and you could see the marks right automatically on the person's body. Morning. I've been doing this since 4:45 Eastern Standard Time. Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre in the ring now. Drew McIntyre with a glass now kiss to Bobby Lashley. Drew McIntyre to the outside. Lashley with a choke slam of sorts to Drew McIntyre. 1, 2. Kicks out at 2.5. One, two. Kevin Owens giving super kicks to Bobby Lashley and LA Knight. Another 2 count to each of them. We're going to have the next entrant into this match is going to be Randy Orton or Logan Paul. We got Randy Orton, meaning Logan Paul will be the last entrant into the match. Randy Orton comes out of the pod swing, clothesline to Kevin Owens with his patented scoop suplex. Or scoop power slam, I apologize. Vintage Randy Orton DDT to the outside off the second rope. Man, the padding on the outside just changes these matches. They're just not as brutal as they used to be. Randy Orton has been kind of favoring his lower back since he fell to the outside of the ring onto those steel kind of poles. Hopefully he did not injure himself. He was gone for a while and came back fairly recently. Logan Paul will be the last one out of the pod, jumping up and down, trying to psych himself up. Every time Randy Orton lands on his back, he just seems to... It's either he's really selling it or he is hurt. One of the two, I'm not sure, but I kind of feel like something maybe happened there when he fell outside of that ring. because he's selling this a lot. We know who's coming out now. Kevin Owens just standing there waiting for Logan Paul to come out of that pod. And Kevin Owens meets him and locks them both into the pod, and now he's just slamming Logan Paul's head over and over and over again into the pod. Kevin Owens introducing Logan Paul to the Elimination Chamber, slamming him into every possible part of the chamber that he can. Now Logan Paul returning the favor, slamming Kevin Owens' head into those steel chains. Uppercuts to Kevin Owens, one after the other. Oh, a vicious clothesline from Kevin Owens to Logan Paul. Just knocked the wind right out of him. Sound like a chop or a shotgun went off. We see Kevin Owens go through the pod. Lashley setting up Logan Paul. We're going to see a spear through the pod. A spear through the pod. A spear through the pod. Holy shit. We got the crowd chanting holy shit after Lashley speared Logan Paul through the pod. And now the crowd is chanting, "Thank you, Bobby." Claymore to Bobby Lashley from Drew McIntyre on the outside of the ring. But remember, you cannot secure a pinfall on the outside of the ring, so he's trying to roll into the ring. Bobby Lashley. We have all 6 men in this match at this point. Still no eliminations. Lashley locking in the Hurt Lock onto LA Knight, or trying to at least. LA Knight's fighting it off. And a Claymore, a second Claymore to Bobby Lashley. 1, 2, 3, and we have our first elimination. Drew McIntyre eliminates Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley had a couple great spots in this match, putting Kevin Owens to the pod, sparing Logan Paul into the pod. But now he is the first one eliminated in this chamber match. Now we have a couple of refs coming into the ring here. Looks like, is Bobby Lashley hurt? Was Bobby? It looks like Bobby Lashley could be hurt here, as we had 3 or 4 refs come in and have to help him get out of the ring. Looks like maybe Lashley is down again on the outside of the ring. Yeah, Lashley's having a really hard time getting out of this cage here. They're purposely not trying to show it on the side here, but you can see that he seemed to be. Oh, okay. So that it was part of the match to have AJ Styles come in. AJ Styles comes with a chair hitting LA Knight multiple times. Oh, Styles clash onto the chair. Styles clash onto the chair to LA Knight. LA Knight made it so AJ Styles could not be in this match, if we remember, and now we're seeing a heel side of AJ Styles. Drew McIntyre drapes his arm over LA Knight. 1, 2, 3, and LA Knight has been eliminated from this match due to AJ Styles. So it seems like we're setting up maybe an LA Knight AJ Styles match at WrestleMania, which would be a good match for LA Knight. I mean, it's not a headliner, obviously, but it's definitely a good mid-card match against a great wrestler. Probably one of the top, I'd say, 20 in the world right now is AJ Styles. Definitely can put on a great match. So that'd be a good one for him. Randy Orton barely gets his shoulder up from Kevin Owens. Logan Paul looks like he's wondering why he even got into this match in the first place, like he's contemplating life. Pop-up powerbomb onto Drew McIntyre from Kevin Owens. Drew McIntyre was going for that Claymore kick, and Kevin Owens with the stunner to Logan Paul. RKO from Randy Orton to Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens has been eliminated. So now we have 3 men left in this match. We have Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Randy Orton. Number 1 trending in the United States WWE chamber. That just shows you how freaking crazy us wrestling fans are. I don't know about you guys, but I have been up since 4:45 in the morning. I actually woke up at 4:30 to get ready for the live stream. Been live streaming since about 4:50 this morning. It's almost 7:45 now, so for about 3 hours now. When it comes to wrestling, man, we are just crazy. Especially, I'm doing this, and then I have a wrestling show I'm going to tonight, so it never stops for us, especially us content creators in the wrestling realm. This is another full-time type job for us. Scoop power slam from Orton to Drew McIntyre. Man, he's just been grabbing that back all match ever since that DDT to the outside. Imagine Logan Paul winning. It won't happen, but imagine. Multiple punches from Randy Orton to Logan Paul in the corner. Looking like we're going to have a McIntyre targeting that back of Randy Orton, which he has been grabbing it all match. Glasnow kiss. Both men are down in the ring. We got Logan Paul somewhere. A kip up from McIntyre. We're going to see maybe a Claymore here. Logan Paul off the top rope, though. Or was it the top of the pod? Couldn't quite see there, as they didn't really have the best camera angle there. Logan Paul digging into the trunks for the patented brass knuckles, which are completely legal in this match. Oh, an RKO out of absolute nowhere from Randy Orton to Logan Paul. Vintage Randy Orton. 1, 2, 3. 3 count to Logan Paul. We are now down to 2 men. We have Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre left in this match. Randy Orton's been grabbing at that lower back all match long. And these are the 2 men that you kind of expected to be left, honestly. These are the 2 men that would definitely most deserve a championship match. Would definitely give Seth Rollins the best match possible. I fully expect Drew McIntyre to win, though. DDT again, second rope. This time to the inside instead. Randy Orton grabbing the lower back again. Looking like he's getting ready here, Randy Orton. Getting ready for that RKO. Is Randy Orton going to go to WrestleMania, or is he going to fight for the championship? Spine buster onto Randy Orton, and that has to kill him after he has been grabbing that lower back all match long. And now we see that spine buster into Randy Orton on that lower back. Drew McIntyre waiting in the corner. Gonna go for that Claymore for the 3 count more than likely. Oh, and Randy Orton just falls. McIntyre can't go for the Claymore. Randy Orton playing a little bit of possum here. What are we going to see here? Oh, Randy Orton plays possum RKO out of nowhere. And now Logan Paul. Logan Paul, who had been eliminated, sucker punches Randy Orton. One, two, 3. And Drew McIntyre wins the match, is going to WrestleMania to face Seth Rollins. Interesting turn there. You had Logan Paul, who Randy Orton had eliminated, evidently never left the cage sucker punches Randy Orton with those brass knuckles to help Drew McIntyre get the 3 count and the win. Uh, could we potentially be seeing a Randy Orton Logan Paul feud, maybe for the U.S. title at WrestleMania? I could definitely see that match. That's the type of match that WWE would want to do for Logan Paul. Once again, get him in the ring with a very well-known, great in-ring worker like that, like they kind of have for most of his matches. So I could certainly see that match for him. Was a solid match. Kind of what I expected. Like I said, I fully expected Drew McIntyre to win this match. That was the match that they had been teasing for a little bit now. Was Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the title. So definitely went as expected as far as the result. But what was a solid match. So what are we thinking? Are we excited for that match, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins? Is that when we'll finally see Seth Rollins' reign end in regard to his heavyweight championship reign? Right now, we're getting close to 300 days for him as well. By the time WrestleMania comes around, we will be over 300 days. So, another long reign as far as championship reign. Drew McIntyre never really got his official reign as a champion because he very much did it in the pandemic era when there wasn't really many fans in it. When he actually lost the title was at the first event back with fans. So it'd be good to see him get a reign in front of the fans. So we got one more match left: Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. This is the main event, which is it's a big one for Rhea Ripley, being in her home country of Australia. They're giving her the main event, which is cool to see. I think it'll be a pretty quick match, honestly. Nia Jax does not at all deserve a title shot. Absolutely terrible wrestler. So I think it'll be a pretty quick one, honestly, if she doesn't injure Rhea Ripley first.
Is right next to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and give him wings. Wings, all right, you ready? Oh, that's a bad one!
So what have we thought of this show so far? Hasn't been bad. The crowd's been pretty solid. I could definitely see WWE doing another show in Australia at some point in time. Next time that you will have a pay-per-view is WrestleMania Night 1 and 2, April 6th and 7th. I will be doing my best to be doing live streams for those ones as well as different independent shows that weekend. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bells in order to know when we go live for those shows as well. Cards starting to, shape up a little bit. We have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, more than likely Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. You're starting to see some other matches get teased, like LA Knight versus AJ Styles, and Logan Paul versus Randy Orton. So, it's just shaping up to be a good card so far. We got Triple H in the ring now, presumably to, thank the crowd for coming out. Would you look at that? About 53,000 people, so that's a pretty good crowd for the first show ever in Australia as far as a stadium. So definitely a good attending crowd. This is for one of their smaller pay-per-views, not one of the big four. So I can certainly see them going back there again at some point. Rhea Ripley has been the champion now for well over 300 days, I believe, since last WrestleMania. So we're going close to almost a full year as being champion at this point. I fully believe she wins this match. And I think she wins the WrestleMania match as well. My guess is that they're going to have her hold that title for a while, till maybe Jade or Tiffany Stratton, someone like that, can take it from her. But just character-wise, in-ring wise, right now, kind of on a different level as far as the people that haven't really had a lot of title reigns. I don't really see who else is going to take it off for a while.
Alright, this is for Connor's Cure, Mania Club. This man is going to slap me right now, and I am giving full consent. Ready, Hammer?
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're on a break right here. In between waiting for the match to start.
I almost didn't record it. I'm ready.
We're at over 70 different wrestlers at this point that have chopped myself and Anthony. So it's definitely been a crazy ride. Not at all what we expected when we started this. So it's definitely been an interesting, fun, crazy ride. And we every show we go to, we just keep on getting new people. So make sure that you check out those videos, because that's at the end what this is all about. We take a chop, we donate money to Connor's Cure for pediatric cancer research. So between the two of us, as well as all the people that have pitched in and stuff of that nature, it's over $4,000 in the last 2 years that we've helped raise. And once this channel does get to monetization, which hopefully will be fairly soon, 25% of all money that the channel makes will also go towards that. So definitely that gives a chance to make some good money for a great cause. Got Nia Jax coming down to the ring now. She returned last year at the Royal Rumble. Hasn't done a whole lot, honestly, since she's came back, in my personal opinion. Was not a great wrestler before she left. It's not a great wrestler now since she's came back. Just not a fan. What a swerve it would be though if Rhea Ripley loses in our home country. I don't see it happening, but that would definitely get some heat on Nia. Crowd standing, waiting. first main event for Rhea Ripley at a pay-per-view, at least to my knowledge. Definitely deserves it. Has had a great run in this past year since winning the women's title. And this is why I said you couldn't have The Rock face fighting it at this pay-per-view. It wouldn't have worked. The crowd wanted Rhea in the main event. She deserved to be in the main event. You couldn't have the Rock take the spot. Though it would have given him some great heel heat for sure. It just wasn't going to happen. Crowd is fully behind Rhea Ripley, which was to be expected. Now, see, if I'm Nia here, I'm just attacking her right now. Why take the time to let her gain momentum, become the ultimate heel, and just attack her. Don't let her get her time in the spotlight in our home. Crowd booing Nia Jax out of the building. Rhea Ripley staring down Nia Jax. Crowd chanting her name. There's a distinct size difference between the two. I mean, Rhea is big and strong, but she's barely even moving Nia Jax with these moves. Still is yet to knock down Nia Jax. Drops kicks her into the corner. Going for the riptide already. Is not able to get it. Standing senton from Nia Jax to Rhea Ripley, and yeah, see that this is what I mean. Just sloppy wrestling in regard to Nia Jax. Just it seems to be slow and not in a methodical, type way. Just slow and sloppy. A leg drop to the back of Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley still has yet to get Nia Jax off of her feet. Nia Jax has been in full control so far this match. Jumps and sits on Rhea's back. And we don't see this often. Rhea Ripley just being fully controlled and dominated strength wise by a female, and I mean, even against some other bigger females like Raquel Rodriguez, we still did not see Rhea Ripley just get dominated like this. Rhea Ripley going for the guillotine. Still is not able to get her off her feet, really. Rhea with chops to Nia Jax. Once again, catches Rhea Ripley. Powerbomb. Picks her back up with a second powerbomb. Leg drop to the back of the neck of Rhea Ripley. 1, 2, and a kick out of 2. Nia Jax goes for a finisher, but Rhea Ripley kicks out her legs. Finally, Rhea Ripley showing some control in this match after being dominated for the entire first half of the match. Missile dropkick off the top rope. Finally, Nia Jax gets taken off of her feet. 2 count by Rhea Ripley. Rhea going for the clothesline. And a huge Samoan drop. Goes for another leg drop. Misses it. That's the other thing with Nia. She just doesn't have a very versatile offense at all. So it makes it hard to have a good match with her. Just there's only so much that she can do. The Samoan drop off the second rope. 1, 2, and a kick out by Rhea Ripley at 2. Nia Jax climbing up to the second rope, going for Vader bomb of type. And Rhea Ripley is able to get her up onto her shoulders, using her absolute strength. Face first into the top turnbuckle. We see Rhea climbing to the top rope, which we don't see very often. With her frog splash. 1, 2. Kicks out at 2. Is she going to be able to get Nia Jax up for the Riptide? Maybe that's why we're seeing her go with the frog splash instead. She doesn't think she's going to be able to hit the Riptide. Certainly going for it, though. And once again, just Nia Jax powers out of it. Throws her out to the outside of the ring. Both women on the outside of the ring now. Rhea has to be wondering what's she going to do if she can't hit the Riptide. How's she going to win this match? Clearing off the announce table now. She's going for a power bomb. Can't even hit the Riptide. She isn't going to be able to power bomb her. Onto the announce table, but the screens and everything were still there. That had to hurt. And both women go through the table now after a frog splash of sorts off the announcer chair. We're going to see a new women's champion here. 1, 2. Rhea barely kicks out. Now Nia has to be wondering the same thing. You know, we've seen an elbow drop through the table. We've seen the Vader bomb. We've seen the Samoan drop. You know, how is she gonna win? Nia going for a second Vader bomb, maybe. Nia climbing up to the top rope now. That's something you don't see very often either. And a superplex from Rhea Ripley to Nia Jax. Rhea's family at ringside cheering her on. We're finally going to be able to hit the Riptide. She's certainly going for it again for the third time. She actually gets her up and slams her down this time. And Rhea Ripley retains with the 3 count. Very much expected. Like I said, they had been teasing that Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch match at WrestleMania since the WrestleMania press conference. So was expected, kind of, you know, how I assumed the match would go. So yeah, that is the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. All in all, kind of the matches went for the most part how I expected. Solid pay-per-view. I can definitely see WWE doing another one in Australia at some point in time. Please continue to check out the channel. Like I said, there should be some videos coming either tonight or tomorrow from Limitless Wrestling that I will be at tonight. So check those out. Continue to like the videos. Hit the notification bell. That way you know when we go live. And with that, I will see you guys next show.